Xabi Alonso loses another big game with Real Madrid, and Salah dropped a bombshell of an interview after the Liverpool Leeds game. Welcome back to another episode of Ball IQ Podcast. Tolu, we're a Real Madrid fan with mixed feelings at the moment, and
Yeah, Nelson, Chelsea fan in the month of December. Anybody who knows ball knows what that means.
honestly, it's funny you said that because I mean we both had crazy weeks, so I haven't been able to clip up a lot of any other clips from the last episode. But the one clip I posted was that bit you said. It's almost like 2,000 views or something like that. That clip you
Really?
said, yeah.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
now it's like I'm like, dang, you've lost two. I mean, two games after that. I mean, three games. Is it two or three? Because you
it's
okay, two. It's two.
it's two. Let's not get
Leeds,
carried. Let's not take the piss.
Leeds and Atalanta, you lost two
Y-
back to back. So I'm like, dang, guys,
Yeah,
crazy that they responded like that. Hey man, where to know your club? Um,
yeah.
where to know your club?
It's not a thing at all. It's a mentality issue, and I think it's also the exhaustion that's catching up. But everybody's tired. Everybody's got mentality issues with their players. It's and it happens to us regardless of the age of our players. This has been happening for years.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm speechless, but not surprised.
Yeah, that's the price. Yeah, yeah. I think the season is still young enough to recover from stuff like that. So thankfully,
Yeah.
especially in the league. But we'll kick off with the IQ deep dive of the game that just happened today, the game of the week, Real Madrid at home hosting Manchester City. Um, Going through the list, both playing 4-3-3 in their own different ways. Mbappe didn't play. That's a big news for Real Madrid and Gonzalo Garcia, who had a fantastic Club World Cup for Real Madrid, highest goal scorer, started in his place. Rodrigo started on the left, who was the man of the match in a losing team. Tells you how well he played. Vinny on the right. Jude, Ceballos, and Tchouaméni in the midfield, and Alex Carreras had a decent game. Um, Rudiger, who had a bad game. Asensio and Valverde dropped, and in the right back end for City. O'Reilly, left back. Vardiol. Vardiol has been playing more center back than left back this season.
Mhm.
So back to his roots with Ruben Diaz and Matthias Nunes on the right, Nico Gonzalez, Phil Foden, and Bernardo Silva in midfield. Ireland up top, Doku on the right, Shirky on the left. Shirky, surprised that he started after. I was nervous about him starting after Pep's comments from the Rabona assist that he gave against
Mhm.
who Sunderland, I think. Um, that he was saying, saying simple stuff. I'm like, this is what we're talking about Pep killing. Anyway, that's not. We'll talk about that later. But interestingly enough, Real Madrid going back to how they used to play pre-Mbappe, which is more fluid with Vinny and Rodrigo, like just especially Rodrigo having license to roam, but having Gonzalo Garcia, who's not very ball dominant or very, he's not that kind of caliber of player where you see him and you have to give him the ball like Mbappe, allows him to like support the other two. And
Mhm.
with Jude coming as the 10 and Ceballos and really Tchouaméni holding, but Ceballos kind of like just operating here. And because Rodrigo was, he scored his goal off the from the right, but he was really everywhere. So once he tucks in, opens up the width for Valverde. As Carreras didn't bump forward as much as Valverde did, at least. And for City, um, 4-3-3, they're really, really heavy on the wings. They didn't really think Nico Gonzalez was the one who had the ball the most in the middle, but immediately I mean, think about it. Nico Gonzalez, Phil Foden, and Bernardo Silva versus Chouameni, Ceballos, and Jude Bellingham. They're not going to win that battle in the midfield.
And bound to get overrun.
Overrun, overpowered, and stuff. So what Pep did, which obviously, Pep is obviously top coaches. What he did was he played mostly on the wing. He left um, Nico pretty much only him and Foden kind of operate in midfield. And not Sebai, excuse me, Bernardo Silva was more um, heavy on their right side, so Real Madrid's left. So on City's right side, it was Cherki, Bernardo Silva, and Matthias Nunes whenever he could bomb forward. But they did that because Vinny's on that wing. So Vinny obviously is not great coming back. So they're trying to double up uh Carreras on this side of the field. Um I know you and I have spoken about Xabi Alonso's record in big games is something I called out, something that made me nervous, even from his days in Leverkusen. And obviously, coming off a poor performance against Celta over the weekend, losing 2-0 at home. Um, Even though we lost, I thought that we played well. We created very, very good chances we should have scored. Vinny should have scored at least one. The one that Rodrigo played a beautiful ball to him and he tried to dink the keeper, got it wrong. Rodrigo played Jude as well, and he also tried to dink the keeper, got it wrong. Um, Off the corner, Vinny had a chance that he miskicked, probably saw it late, miskicked. Andrew came off the bench, hit the post. Um, so there was like a lot more fluidity because again, the for the most part, we were almost kind of like spread out like that. Uh,
Mm,
and With Mbappe, obviously, if it was Mbappe was here, he would be like right here, and there'll be no presence in that like this center of the defense occupying the defender. So I thought that we played well. We didn't defend well. In fact, the two goals that they scored, Rudiger just had a nightmare. Rudiger, like off the corner for the first goal, tried to buy a foul. The referee didn't see it. On another day, they may have given him that foul, but referee didn't call it. It was too soft for it to be overturned. Rightfully so, I have no complaints about that. Then, of course, the penalty against Haaland was just way too tight on him. Um, Apart from those two goals. There was maybe a double save that Toto had to make, and then the one chance from Doku. I say all that. I mean, obviously, that's four chances, right? But big chances, I should say. But like it felt winnable. I think if we're clinical, we win that game. That's why, even though I'm mad that we lost again to another English side again, um, this season, I'm not as mad because I like that performance again, but Mbappe is coming back to the team, and who knows how we'll play from there. Thoughts?
mm. You know, I think you're being very, very gracious. I think to your manager's form right now. While you were talking, I was listening, most importantly, but I was also looking. I mean, it looks like we're 1-5 in the league, 2-8 in last 2 wins in the last 8 matches.
Hmm.
That's not an upgrade from Don Carlo.
No.
It's there's players that haven't improved, they've regressed in ways this year. And I think it's a really tough thing to see a coach who we know we've seen do amazing things at Leverkusen, but is still a young coach, struggle so mightily at a club with everything available to him. And there are usually explanations for why each of these games have been lost, or you weren't able to get the result that you think you guys deserved. and do deserve. But at some point in time, especially a job such as this, you have to wonder how much grace he's going to be given, or how much grace some of these players that have been underperforming under him are going to be given. I mean, it's the league is. I don't know if the league is still in touching distance. It's early, but it's early. But you know, if Barcelona plays the way that they're playing, and you guys continue to play the way that you're playing, it's you know it's not looking good, Brev. So like I just I'm in the trenches. I looked at it and I was like, you know, December just started, so things are not. I have no ambition or desire or ambition about the next couple of matches because we're playing some teams that are on form, Everton and so on and so forth coming up. I just don't know. And then in Champions League, we've got a winnable game. Then we play Napoli away. Um, I don't know who Madrid is playing or where you guys are in the Champions League right now in the rankings.
Seven.
You know, seventh. So you're in, you're probably in good space or good, good spot right now. I don't know who the next two teams you're playing are.
Um, sorry, go ahead. We're
Um,
I was gonna pull up the our games. We're playing Deportivo Alaves this weekend. Then we'll play Copa del Rey. Then we'll play Sevilla. Then Betis is the tricky one. Then um, so that's the Betis is next year. So this year I'd say there's we're
well,
bougie over here in Spain. We have a Christmas break. So really the last couple of games is
nice.
just Alaves, then they away at a small
Well,
team for Copa del Rey, then end the
who are
year.
you playing in in Europe? The next two Europe fixtures to close out the group stages or whatever.
The group stages, who are we playing? I think the heavy the heavy games are done. We're hosting Monaco at home. And
Okay.
then we're away
Monaco,
to Benfica.
Benfica.
Mourinho.
Hmm.
So again, we should beat
Yeah,
Monaco. We should beat Benfica. Yeah.
yeah, it should. It's no real danger, but it's just kind of these types of matches and these results are kind of a litmus or like a barometer or just a check of how, where you guys are at right now, which is in transition still.
Yeah.
Which everybody would, any
Realistic.
Madridista, realistic Madridista would be willing to admit right now. But
Yeah.
um, City versus Madrid is always a classic. It's in terms of the prestige and the terms of technical or tactical nuance to the game. Um, and I think Pep didn't overthink it this time. He got it right. It's a testament to, and it's a testament to his ability and his living legacy that he's literally every week he's competing against um,
Protege.
his proteges, like league of his own.
Yeah. Hey man.
Maresca, Arteta. I mean,
Yeah.
they're all just
Also,
Alonso. Um, they're all just
Luis
proteges. So,
Enrique.
yeah, if you do any really truly digging, they all, in some way, shape, or form, come back to him. I think there's a couple exceptions, obviously, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, just another classic game under the lights today.
Yeah. Classic game for sure. Again, I mean, you may be right. Maybe I'm being nice. I still have my reservations. Again, over the weekend, right? Like against Celta, like Mbappe, this is a player that I love so much, like I've loved for a while. And I'm like, man, like should I have loved him from afar? Because
Mm,
he's and will he come good? Like obviously, I mean, ability wise, he's the best player in the world, right?
yeah,
So his
football.
unwillingness to um stay central for the team is beginning to piss me off. Like I was watching that Celta game, watching his body language. I don't know whether he was, he wasn't feeling well because that's why he didn't play this game. Um, but like his body language, his off the ball, he's not interested. Do you like the amount of crosses that we had in game today? Like amount of, like Andrew came on his first time chance he had, it was a header in the box. The
Yeah.
chance that Jude missed, who was coming into the box with the ball. I mean, like, receiving the ball in the box, I should say. Same with Vinny on the other side. Like we had like every time bodies in the box. Even Rodrigo's goal, um, he had the option to square it to Gonzalo Garcia, who was also in the box. Jude's miss, he had the option to square to Gonzalo Garcia's as well. Garcia, I should say, as well in the box. Like we just had a presence in the box. And
Mm,
again, I think the reason why I'm not as upset today is because I saw things today that I hadn't seen in a while in terms of chance
mm,
creation. And
mm.
we're just not clinical. And I'm all on the personal side, I was really glad for Rodrigo. In fact, again, like I said, think he might have the highest rating in the game. I don't know who they give the official man of the match to, but I know he had the highest rating in the game
Mm.
and losing effort, like because he had chance creations and he scored the first goal. I think there was people were counting how many games he hadn't scored in, and it was like ridiculous.
Double O. Yeah,
Yeah,
double O,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. But so I'm happy for him on a personal note, but and also like this is somebody who had been on the fringes, and when he scored, he went to hug Xabi Alonso, and like he had an interview after the game, and he was like he did that to show that okay, we're all together with him. So it's a good sign.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing a Salah.
So low blow. You said low blow. I'm glad though. I'm glad that that is now being said instead of a Lukaku,
Right,
because
right,
that
right,
was not a fun period of time.
right.
But
Yes, very good.
um, yeah, no, it is good to know. I've been through many a trying season where the mood has still been good in the locker room. Like people haven't been throwing their toys out the pram, you know. But y- it's the results. It's you knowing fully well who Kylian Mbappe is, who Thibaut Courtois is, who Arda Güler and Rodrigo. All these players should be when put together at the sum of their parts, and them consistently not reaching that level of that standard of excellence is gonna, it's gonna wear down over time, in my experience.
Hmm.
But that's, as long as you don't lose to teams that are in relegation, the relegation zone, that's really what really, that's
Really
when it comes a little bit harder
sinks a ship.
to,
It sinks a ship.
yeah, yeah, that's what really becomes a little bit harder to just be like, oh, the lads gave their all. No.
I'm not having it.
Yeah, I'm not having it at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's these it was a good game today. And it doesn't look as if it's going to really impact either team in terms of what they're going to do outside of this this round of the competition.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like learning about one another, and like I said, kind of getting a gauge of how far off each team is at this point. So and yeah, it was good to see Rodrigo, and you said Endrick got some minutes in the tank as well, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First time in forever that he got some minutes and free that boy,
Yeah.
man. Like Hendrick is this high. His for the header, his leap, like granted, he wasn't like literally going against Ruben Diaz. His position was ahead of him. But his leap to get there and get contact with and hit the post, I'm like, man, free this boy, man. Let this boy get some
Yeah.
minutes at least. But
I
um,
started a career mode on FIFA this weekend, and the first two things I did is I sold Tosin, Adara Bayoyo, and I bought Endrick immediately, post haste. Do not pass go, do not collect 200. That's the door. Um, and then Endrick
Your
came in and
Nigerian
it's
brother is not good though.
mm. Oh, he's now Nigerian after a whole career of not giving us anything.
Mm.
That's what never, that's what I always have an issue with when at the end of your career now you want to
Nah, stay on
come
that side.
home. Yeah, don't change up. Don't change up.
That
But we
side.
do need a center back.
We do.
Nigeria needs a center back. So
Yeah, speaking of just to transition real quick,
yeah.
I have to touch on our well, now former captain retired. William Troost-Ekong announced his retirement from international football. You didn't know that? And the way he
Before the AFCON?
reacted before that's the suspicious thing. That is the
Oh,
suspicious thing.
this is we're not we're such a
Yep.
the Nigerian Football Federation
I didn't mean to
should
piss you
be.
off.
I'm really upset. I mean, it's really upsetting to hear that
Yeah.
because that's a whole generation just spoiled,
Yep.
spoiled. And not only that, a captain retiring a month before a tournament.
Yep.
That's the, I mean, that's the script that is written, the chaos script that's written every single tournament or any big moment for Narja. And I'm tired. I'm
Yeah.
tired of it, bro.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm tired of that. And then I'm also tired of watching our players perform at club level, like and play well. I think
Just say
Osimhen.
you will be with your chest. Say Alex.
I mean, I'll say Iwobi. I'll say Ademola Lookman yesterday. I'll say Victor Osimhen is scoring for
Got a
for
bite
fun,
the other day. Yeah.
scoring and assisting for fun, getting creative with it, poetic with it. Um, where was that?
I mean, to me, that's a sign to me that it's a structural issue because it's the talent's there.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, 100%. It's just anyway, we go on. I could make a whole episode, and we have made a whole episode
Yes,
about
we
that.
have.
So
We have.
you
You guys check. Oh,
that's
by the
just
way,
the Chuzi Kong retiring is not a small. It's not small chips.
yeah, he was
Not
the
small
player of
pucks.
the tournament, the not player of the tournament for Nigeria in the last AFCON, the actual whole tournament. He was the player. He was a defender. He was a player of the tournament of last
Who,
AFCON.
who would you say is next? Do we have a co-captain? No.
Uh, Ndidi is the has been the captain when he hasn't
Okay.
been on the field when Trustekon hasn't been on the field. So
It doesn't
probably
strike
probably
me. It doesn't strike me as an inherent leader as True Kong was, but maybe I'm wrong.
yeah, maybe. But we'll see. But yeah, so that was first recap. I wanted us to, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I wanted us to talk about, but let's just get into Salah, right? I would say a couple things, and then I know you have tons to say
I
about.
don't have that much to say. I mean, we're talking about the Chelsea rejects?
Oh my God. Okay, let me start. Let me start. Let me start. Um, you and I have discussed a couple of big Liverpool games that we've done IQ deep dive on about his performances. We've mentioned how he was quiet again. Obviously, not even in the beginning of the season when he was scoring, it was not looking good in terms of performance wise. So we've been calling it out. I even went as far as to say like I think he should come off the bench now, for at least for now to get back his form and keep things simple. I remember saying that specifically. Um, the coach finally did that, and in some games he's not even bringing it on. I think it's two games now he didn't even bring him on. Then Salah comes out to do that interview. Now everybody's talking about like Jamie Carragher's response to him. And I think there's a lot of truth in his grievance with Salah, which is like number one, he only comes out when he wants something like either a contract or he's in this case not playing well. It's more like it's apparently selfish. I think Jimmy Carragher went too far. Um, I think. I mean, you've had Didier Drogba and like players of that caliber in your club. I've had
Hmm.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Like there's a level of selfishness that these guys have that as a manager, as a team, kind of have to manage because of what they deliver. So I think Salah was incredibly wrong in giving that interview right then and there. I understand his feelings and emotions, but I think he did it wrong. He's not the first person to make a mistake like this. He won't be the last person. I think that the before Liverpool, you were a Chelsea reject. Egypt is the most successful CAF nation. You've never won the AFCON. I'm like, okay, there's a lot of context there. Number one, Egypt have gone to two finals in their time of like descent. He was the guy carrying the team to back to that level. And even when Egypt were winning all those AFCONs, they were not making World Cups. They've made World Cup with Salah as well. Um,
Hmm.
and you say there was nothing without Liverpool. Well, Liverpool hadn't won a league without him either. All the Champions League without him. Well, the Champions League they won with Gerrard, but the league, which is the one that they've been craving for, they've won two with him, and he
Yeah.
delivered. So I think that while I agree, and again, we have called out on this show his performances and called him, and you've said that you called it out from the beginning of the season that him and VVD watch after they got their pay, and they have proven you're right. But I think that the certain people are taking it a little too far. Like, okay, yes, the kid did something bad. Doesn't mean you should cut him with a knife. Like, relax.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I think very well said in terms of the accolades that Mohamed Salah has granted, and he's been an ultimate servant to the club while he's been there. The way he put it, this is Jamie Carragher, daily, every day. This is how
Bro,
he is.
I can't stand him.
We're just watching this happen to not Chelsea. He usually speaks on Chelsea or Man United. He's keen to do that. But I will say it is kind of refreshing to see him keep that same sort of pig-headed arrogance towards
Hmm.
um, he's prioritizing his club over everything else.
Yeah,
Even the service that this player has done to his club,
yeah.
um, which is kind of sad to see. I think it's a touch too far. His comments were really based, I won't, I think they're baseless. There's a little bit of like, hey, you haven't been performing to the level that we expected you to perform. We've paid you 400, the club has paid you 400,000 pounds a week. Um, we've, we've invested a lot in the season, and we expect you to be a leader, and you're kind of being quiet. There's a lot of reasons why to feel frustration, but to scapegoat him for what it can only, any like football fan can see is just growing pains from Liverpool in terms of them trying to blood in so many new players this season at the same time. Two new fullbacks, Konate and Van Dijk not playing well. Um, you know, Two record-breaking Premier League players or signings being forced into the team off of a title winning year. So it's not like we really feel like we need to do it. It's really tough. And to put it all on Salah's shoulders is not telling the full story at all. So, but again, for Mohamed Salah to take the time, be a little bit petulant, to be honest, that's the word, and give that type of review because he didn't start. So he hadn't started in the last three games, I believe. Was that right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Obviously upset about that for a player of his ilk, his caliber. Took it personally. to air out the manager at a time of vulnerability is a little bit, you know, is disappointing, but it's a difficult period. There are emotions right now. That, I think have they all feel some type of way. They don't like being humbled the way that they're being humbled, especially having the summer that they had. Um, so what was I gonna say? I come from the school of Jose Mourinho. Like that's the man that I grew up watching. Please don't call me arrogant because I think I'm a special one. That's, and you feel, Jose is the king of off color post match. We'd lose the game and I would feel so hard done. And I would be revved up wanting to hear the interview because I know how emotional, passionate, almost like a fan, it's going to sound. And it's not going to be like coach speak or filtered talk like Arsene Wenger at the time or somebody else who's David Moyes who's just going to be short. It's going to be authentic and raw. And that's what we got from Salah. It didn't, you can put your foot in your mouth when you're like that. And I think he did. I think if I don't think he's a apologist at all. Players of that level aren't. But I think words have, action or, consequences. And I think the words that he said and how he said it made it seem as if he was trying to get his manager fired or put a bunch of pressure on the manager in a situation where unity, especially in a city like Liverpool, um, above all else, like us against the world mentality is what they favor. So really, really interesting stuff. I say from London, but I just got our own problems, and so
Got my
I
whole
don't,
problem.
yeah, I'm just
It's funny. It's funny you said that. And again, last thing I'll say, so we can move on, is um, I think I understand why he's saying by he's being thrown under the bus because Van Dijk has also been crap this year. Um, Allison was out injured, but since he's back, Allison hasn't really looked good. And
mm-mm.
Allison is one of the people who came out again, not disagreeing with him, and said like, he will talk to him like that's not acceptable. Even Gerard has made some comments about like saying like I think Gerard's comments were what you'd expect a Liverpool OG to say like he's made a mistake. I've seen it firsthand. Suarez did it. I've done my fair share of it. Like so, he made a mistake. He'll know he later on. He'll know he's wrong, and just want to see me get back. OG type response. But what I was going to say was like I understand some of the comments that Salah was making in terms of like, bro, what you say me for? Like
Yeah,
your captain has been showing his backside to the ball for the whole season. Um, the goalie, I mean, all the legends in that team are underperforming. Plus Konate, plus Gakpo, plus the new boys. Best player for them has been Szoboszlai. We said that as far back as the Arsenal game, and that still rings true. And he's not the one getting $400,000. I mean, £400,000 a week. I mean, so I kind of get from that angle, like, oh, if you're going to drop me, drop all of us. We've all been playing
yeah,
crap. Yeah. So
yeah. They can't stop players. They can't. I mean, their their defense has been abysmal this year. Absolutely torrid. Um, yeah. Long story short, the take home from this whole interaction is this should have been a hey boss, can I talk to you really quickly? Like
right,
it should have been a conversation in the locker room, 100% in the locker room. The fact that you and I have the context that we have to this conversation is embarrassing, quite honestly.
very.
Because those locker rooms are sacred. So
Yeah. I know last thing. The funny thing about it was I don't know if you've seen the video, the angle of the video of that interview Salah gave
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
of the Liverpool press man.
Yeah.
When he started talking, he was like,
FFS.
he's
He
like,
was like, oh, goodness.
oh
Goodness me.
goodness me. But yeah,
Here
anyway,
we go again.
we'll be
But
monitoring that.
yeah, what I did say about him is, I said what I did say in my prediction this time last year was that Van Dijk would fall from grace. Um, and I said that Salah was going to renew, but likely will, you know, likely go to Saudi on the
January.
heels of this year.
Yeah,
Um, the only thing I didn't expect was the signings that occurred over the summer.
yeah,
But everything else has come to pass, and the signings really have been has only accelerated everything. So,
yeah, yeah.
you know, you know, it's not funny.
Oh man,
Um,
you're a menace.
yeah.
You're a
Well,
menace.
just to humble myself, 10 days into December, I think there's been three opportunities for points for Chelsea. 10 or three or two. Let me just
Mm,
pull it up.
I think it's
We
two.
played it's two. We played Leeds
Uh-huh. And
and we
Napoli.
played
Excuse me, Atalanta.
Atalanta.
Hmm.
Both teams are bottom half of their respective leagues. Um, really, really embarrassing performances and mismanaged games from Maresca. It's really frustrating
Oh,
because when it comes to the
you played Bournemouth too. You tied Bournemouth.
yeah, oh my God, that game was so forgettable.
You did.
Oh my gosh, it was so bad. I don't think we got a shot in the first half. So a possible 9 points, and we have one
Yeah.
because we lost. We lost to Leeds? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So horrible in the month of December. Literally just horrible. Everything is falling apart. Cucurella looks like his legs are leaving him a bit. He looks leggy. Enzo looks like there are some really really misplaced passes. Cole Palmer isn't ready. João Pedro doesn't look good. Liam Delap is out for 6 weeks because he can't help but like he literally injured himself by being too rough and being trying to do the dark arts like attitude of Diego Costa, but level of skill is, I mean, just terrible. We're like Murata, Alvaro Murata.
Alvaro Morata. That's
So
funny.
we're really struggling right now. I think we need to. I hate saying it, but we need a center back of some sort based off of. Oh my gosh, because these last three games, Tosin's form has
Mhm.
been diabolical.
Mhm.
He's been attached to every mistake. Um, and the Atalanta game, what I'll say about Maresca's management of that game, the second half, we had the ability to bring on Esteval. We had the ability to bring on other players that would affect the game. But what Maresca did is he played Gittins as a right winger, so he was switching from left to right through the
Yeah.
game, kind of like what Madueke has been doing for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Ineffective. It's the fastest way to make a winger who doesn't have that skill, um, like isn't ambidextrous on both sides,
Mhm.
not
I know
can't do
you.
it on both feet. It's the fastest way to make him useless, and I think we also took off Enzo Fernandez instead of bringing on Andre Santos. We brought on Malo Gusto to pair with Reece James in the midfield, which would make it Mark Cucurella, Malo Gusto, Reece James, and what am I blanking? Um, I think we had Trevor Chalobah playing right back. So we
Mhm.
had four technically fullbacks on the pitch at the same time. And then we brought on Tosin to just let's make this spicy. And of course, so anyway, I don't know. It's really important that we handle these big games like PSG, Barcelona, Arsenal, but it's equally important, if not more important, because it happens at a higher frequency, to be able to do your home, finish your dinner against Leeds and Bournemouth. Um, for goodness sake, like Leeds is a rivalry. Be up for it. Bournemouth is by the sea. It's a beautiful town. It was a middle of the day game. There's nothing, no rain or elements affecting it. Just play your football. It's an away game, but play you're better than them.
Mhm.
I mean, I can confidently say that. So anyway, um, we'll see. I think we have Everton on the horizon, and yeah, Everton's playing very good football. So
Mhm. Okay. We shall see if they um, turn it around in December and you know, put themselves in a good position to start the new year to chase for some. Um, Arsenal still unbeaten in Champions League, won 3-0 away to Club Brugge. Is it Brugge or Bruges? I think it's Brugge.
Bruno.
Um, Nani Madueke, like you just called his name a couple times. Scored twice, including a contender for goal of the week for us. Beautiful goal. Um, Benfica versus Napoli was today, time of recording. Mourinho versus Conte. Mourinho came out victorious, 2-0. I
Mm.
could see like I think there was a shot of him when the first goal went in and he just walked. You know that classic walk off like I just did something.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
eyes got a little bit narrow.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm sure he enjoyed that. Conte has in like what 4 days has played against has had this situation where he's playing against a manager that used to coach his current team or one of his teams because Napoli played Juventus over the weekend and he faced what's his name? Oh my gosh, what was the Napoli manager that won the Scudetto the time before Conte? I'm looking at him. He left
Spalletti.
Spalletti. Thank you.
Mm.
Spalletti is the coach of Juve. So, and that game was a good game. So Napoli won 2-1. Hoyland at the double, by the way. So interesting game. Hoyland, that's what 6, 7 goals in 15, 16 games.
Big stuff.
Th 2 or 3 assists as well, is almost reaching his total tally for Atalanta in less than half a season. So again, just just putting out there another, you know, just putting out there. Yeah, AC Milan had an interesting weekend in Serie A. They were down 2-0 to Torino. Rabiot scored some goal. I'll just put it that way. And then Christian Pulisic came and turned to Captain America and scored two to win it for them. Um, and yeah, that's the recap. It was a very action-packed week since the last episode. So just wanted to recap as fast as we possibly could. Player of the week. Now, since the last time, first of all, when I was creating this, Mbappe was on smoke. He just scored a crazy goal against the Athletic Club. Um, I'm taking him off now. So just strike him off. Strike him off. I'm taking him off now until he gets his act right. And again, just for record, I love Mbappe, but I don't love him yet as a Real Madrid player. Not yet. I have faith in him because he has the quality, he has the talent, he has everything. But I just don't love him here. I still love Vinny because of how he plays and the job he does. Like how he plays in I guess the position he plays. I think Vinny's a better left winger for Real Madrid than Mbappe is, even though Mbappe is the better player, if that makes sense.
If there could only be one at your club,
If
who
there
would you
would,
take?
oh, if there could only be one,
Hmm?
I'm people are not going to agree with me, but I'll take the guy that has won us two Champions Leagues.
Okay.
Yep, I'll take the guy that has won two Champions Leagues and
Fair.
once I guess FIFA the best player of the world. I'll take him. But players of the week, Shirky had a great game. I mean, he had a great game against Sunderland. Decent game against Real Madrid, but great game against Sunderland. I just wanted to shout him out. Him and Foden as well. Pulisic, obviously coming off the bench at Torino away. Your team's down 2-0, scoring within a minute or two to bring them 2-2 and scoring the winner. And last season in the same ground, he missed a penalty, and so he had a bad game at Torino last season. So coming, saving AC Milan, putting them back top of the league. Ferran Torres scored a hat trick over the weekend. Didn't score uh, in the Champions League, but scored against Betis even after going down. Led the team in the comeback. Højlund scoring two goals against um, Juventus for Napoli for them to win the game to go
Mm.
top at the time, but now they're joint top. Those are the contenders. Out of all of those names, I was leaning Højlund because of the gravity of the game and him winning it for his team and and sending them to the top of the table with the two goals. I know Pulisic was a close second for me. I don't know if there's anyone that stood out to you.
I mean, Charles de Ketelaere had a great game against us yesterday.
Yep.
Scored and assisted. Was almost unplayable. Uh,
Yeah, he did.
Honorable mention. But honestly, you know, I'm a Chelsea fan. I was watching a lot of Chelsea football, and it's been bleak. So, um, well, I don't really think. I think I saw Foden's goal. Definitely top drawer. He's playing at a high rate of a high level.
hmm
Um, Hoyland, in terms of the magnitude or what, not magnitude. In terms of what it was at stake,
Yeah.
and is a really big important performance as well. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'll let you choose.
Yeah, again, I'm just gonna again because of what you just said about like the magnitude and stuff about Højlund's game against Juventus, even though they then lost to Benfica today.
Mm.
I mean, I never Neres, David Neres was on smoke that game too. But Højlund or Pulisic, I would say, but Højlund really didn't follow that up with today. That's just the thing that's making me lean towards Pulisic because Højlund didn't didn't really didn't really do anything today. So I'd say I'll give it to Pulisic. Why not?
CP?
Captain America. I'll give it to him because the only reason I'll give it to him is if Holland had played decent, at least today, him or Ferran Torres, if Holland had played decent today against Benfica, then based on the gravity of that game, I'll give it to him. But let's just go with Pulisic for now because at least his team is top of the league.
There you go.
Goals of the week, again, some nice goals. Harry Wilson scored a beautiful goal against City, I think it was. Beautiful team goal. Mbappe, like I said, scored a beautiful goal against Athletic. If you look at the report, you see Trent assist, but Trent really just switched the play to him and he got the ball and he ran past two defenders and scored. That's one way to get your first assist in La Liga. So
Is Trent
beautiful goal.
healthy?
He got hurt in that game, so he's out again. He just got back and was playing well, and he got hurt again. So that
Yeah.
was it. So Mbappe scored a great goal. Noni Madueke today scored a great goal against Brugge, but Rabiot is goal of the week, man. Like you have to see that goal.
Yeah.
That like they were 2-0 down. Um, Fikayo Tomori gave him the ball in the middle of the park, and he just takes the touch and just whacks it
Hmm.
from Milan, and they're in Torino. Like he just whacks it. It
Nah.
goes in top bin. So to even try that with your team 2-0 down and your that goal sparks the comeback, I'll give it to him. So
Yeah.
CP player of the week, Rabiot goal of the week.
Anybody but Nani for a goal of the week. I'll tell you that for free.
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out Nani, man. Nani Madueke. It was a
No.
beautiful goal. Beautiful goal. Good performance too. Whatever Nelson says. Forget what Nelson says. And yeah, so upcoming fixtures, I know you mentioned touch based on the teams that our teams are playing. No real standout game, really. So I'll just be watching across the leagues to see anyone that we can want to do an IQ deep dive on. But yeah, any last comments before we call it an episode?
Um, it's gonna be a long month. I just hope we no, I couldn't even celebrate Aston Villa's victory over Arsenal because we couldn't get our own stuff done at Bournemouth. Like, and I think any Chelsea fan at this point who is like, "Ooh, Arsenal dropped points," you're having a laugh, mate. Like, at you, where they're gonna drop points, they're gonna lose games, but we're gonna drop more points, we're gonna lose more games. That's the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
There's no, we're not gonna lose at the same time as them, so there are gonna be moments where we have a little bit of hope and they have hope, but it's not happening this year, lads. So
Hmm.
that's what I have. Top four. Um, don't make us look in, don't embarrass me in
Don't
Europe.
embarrass me.
Don't do it. Don't do it like you just did it yesterday. Don't do that or stuff again.
Okay, let's on that note, please subscribe, share, like, comment, let us know your thoughts on all the things that we discussed. And hey, whatever Chelsea does, whether Chelsea wins or Chelsea loses, you're guaranteed a show from Nelson. So please stick with us.
We'll be here. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Thank you. Peace.
Peace.